Good morning, insiders, and welcome back. Today I want to talk about 4 different tickers that were worth trading today, but I'll tell you what, I knew I was a little bit off focus today when I started trading. I'll show you guys this on the live recording. I was trading a ticker on the 5-minute chart thinking it was the 1-minute chart. That's when I knew I was a little bit off today, and then I ended up having a disaster at TENX at the market open, which you see here. And then luckily AGFY got me back, and then I was sticking around a little bit longer to keep on trading, but it got dry out there and everything was on the backside. So it's been a little bit sloppy for me. Yesterday somehow I got down to 360 and then back to break even, and today I was just shy of max loss. I was down $960 and I was like, oh man. And that was just like in 3 trades, and I was pretty disappointed at myself. So the best way to show you guys is going to the live recording, but here quickly are the top gainers. So I started off actually trading this ticker, NUWE. It popped up and got flushed on. That's the first one I'm going to show you guys. Then I started trading TENX at the open. Then AGFY started popping back over this trend line, and I got some trades on this front side right here. And then I was watching on the top right here PLTR roughly the whole entire morning, thinking maybe there's going to be some opportunity there. It was a bit of a grinder. It has good earnings, so I did like that about that ticker, but I never got any trades on it. Let's go over to the live recording here, and here you see NUWE pop up, and check this out. I'm on the 5-minute chart right here, and I actually don't notice this the whole time till after I close the trade. So here it goes, pops up. I'm looking for a pullback to 0.6, thinking, okay, this could hold. We got upside potential to about 0.5, at least $1, I would say. So here I am, a little bit smaller share size, starting share size. I should probably be getting a little bit closer to roughly 8,000 as my starter size. So 8,000 and then 16,000. So right now I did 5 and then 10, right? So very small position, which I didn't mind too much about because it did feel a little bit sketchy, but I didn't want to go. I don't really want to be trading too small size. If I think something's sketchy, I should just not be trading it instead of going small size. But I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm not in love with this ticker. I'm not gonna like average into it or anything. I'm just gonna see if it pops, and it didn't. And here I am trying to close out, and boom, it pulls back a lot harder. So now I'm actually chasing down the order book. It did find a little bit of support here, so I thought, okay, well, it looks like I can probably get out of this one. And I was having some issues with the 4 decimal places. This was a little bit annoying. And again, I'm on the 5-minute chart, so I'm thinking, hey, wait, there's big support here. It's not like, you know, making a nasty chart down, although this was a big wick, so I knew I needed to get out of this ticker, down 260 on it. On the 1-minute chart, this thing looks really disgusting, where there was a perfect failed pullback, and I should have been exiting a lot quicker. So I probably would have exited a lot quicker if I was at least on the right time frame. So this is what NUWE actually looks like. We had this big wick. This is roughly where I entered. I would have been way more cautious, especially as the sell pressure kept going on with good volume. I probably would have forced this exit a lot harder than I did. There's my trades. I ended up stopping out right here. No, I actually set it up right at the bottom before it kept on pulling at. So at least I stopped out before that next pullback lower. So the next ticker I want to talk about, TENX. I was watching this consolidation zone, and this was the best gapper on the day. You can see it here below at the bottom left. It shows 146% gapper on the day. So this is pretty good, and tiny amount of shares. And when I saw those tiny amount of shares, I was thinking to myself, hold up, you know, there's something iffy about this ticker. I really don't like the daily price action on it, so I never got really aggressive on this candle up, especially after taking that, you know, initial quick loser. So I quickly check out what the float is, and the float is tiny, 0.3. Same with the shares outstanding. Market cap is really low, and then I noticed there was some dilution here, $10 million worth of shares ready to be diluted. So I was just thinking to myself, oh man, like I didn't have a lot of conviction on this ticker, and I was thinking, you know, maybe there's going to be that 1, maybe 2 good opportunities on it, but it felt a little extended here, and I knew this is going to have tons of resistance. So my conviction was low on TENX. I actually miss most of the trades on it. It still trends higher. I actually go for a pullback, little starter share size. I end up stopping out. It just didn't move as much as I wanted, so kept it small. Here it pulls back again. Good, okay 5-minute setup. Similar trade, but this time I'm buying into a bit of a red candle, a little backside. So here I make a little bit of profit, puts me back slightly green on the down, TENX. And I think that was the last time I traded it until the market opened. So let's go to the market open. Okay, so the market just opened. Look at this, perfect 6% pullback. That's usually what I'm looking for. And over here, I'm a little bit late to the party. I just confirmed it 6%. Even though I measured it out earlier pre-market, I don't know why I hesitated, and boom, just like that, I could have had a $10,000 to $15,000 share size, and I could have made over 1K on that pop. And just thinking that to myself, I really put myself on tilt. I was like, that was the move I was waiting for. I don't really want to keep on trading TENX because it has that offering, that dilution coming. It's extended. It's already up 140%. I mean, it's a north of $20 ticker. I don't like trading expensive tickers like that. But I was just totally on tilt, and I was thinking, oh man, this is probably going to rip to 23 really quickly, and that's probably going to be the last trade on it. So I do end up chasing a little bit an entry, and this is where I'm just really all over the place. You can really feel it. Like I'm putting limit orders all over the place. It pops down. I'm trying to get trying to make a few cents here on the upside. And this is what chaotic trading looks like. You could really tell I'm not in control. And I'm trying to constantly make these, pennies, but I'm risking dollars. And this is kind of where everything's going a little bit south. I kind of get back out here for roughly, no, I thought I got out roughly for break even. I ended up sizing down. And then, yeah, here on this trade, I bought again. And I'm a pretty decent share size right now. I'm at $15,000 on a pretty sketchy ticker. So I think I start realizing how sketchy this is. And I'm moving down my limit orders further, just for actually the price to pop up and fill me at a really bad spot. So there it goes. The price starts popping up again after I'm down like $500-600 on it. Pops up again. At this point, I should have realized wow, I got really lucky. The fact that I'm even green for a little bit back to break even on this ticker after just trading this one extremely poorly. And you could really tell I'm all over. This is really embarrassing, honestly, to share. That's the sloppiest trading I've done in a while. And now I'm like, oh man, that was the next pullback I wanted. Now it's popping higher again. So you could tell this ticker is playing games with me. And if I just was a little bit more calm and collected here in the beginning and nailed this move, I would have been, today could have been a huge green day. So I'm really disappointed in myself here. And that's what I'm thinking in the back of my mind. I'm just thinking about all the money I could have had. And that's never a good place to be. So here it goes again, where this thing's pulling back lightly. And I'm like, okay, well, it's probably going to be a little bit of a bottom here. Where we're going to have, where price goes down, double bottom, and then it pops up, which it actually did later on in the day. But this time it did not. So here you see it. I already got a little bit of position. I'm like, okay, well, it's going good. Let me get a little bit more. And then whack, it flushes down. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is really bad. I'm like, okay, I got to get out of here. So I'm stopping, and then I realize, oh man, I'm stuck in a halt. And I'm stuck in a halt on a ticker. I didn't even want to be really trading that much because of the price, how it's extended, the dilution on it. I mean, this could have been an offering right now coming out, and I could have got destroyed. I mean, there's no reason this thing could have opened up much lower or had some pending news or something really bad. And I'm in this with $15,000, way too big. I mean, $20,000 is my A+ setup. So this should be a B setup at the worst with this amount of share size. And it's a backside ticker with all those other things going on. And I'm stuck in the halt. So at this point, I'm kind of reeling a little bit. I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I really did a poor job here. So this is going to open up really soon. It's supposed to open up 48, but it took a few extra seconds, which almost gave me a heart attack because I was thinking to myself, oh crap, maybe it's a 10-minute halt. Maybe it does have some news pending. So let's go. Let's play this. And I think it opens literally any second. Yeah, so it was a delayed 5-6 seconds. So it popped down lower, and I'm just trying to close. Pop down lower again. Look, I'm way past max loss there for a second because I'm already red on another ticker. Then it pops up. Praise the Lord, baby Jesus, for that. And then, yeah, I'm just flailing. I'm down again quite a bit, and price pops up. I'm able to somehow get out of this one. And this is just a disaster. Super embarrassing how I traded it. And here's the live current price action on this one. I got out. It did pop a little bit higher, so I could have, walked away with like an extra 4% back. But either way, this was a disaster, and I don't think I would have wanted to risk this, because if this, popped up here and then failed and flushed again, I would have been really bad. Kind of like exactly what happened. It just popped up a little bit more, but you can't really predict, if it's going to have 1 or 2 candles up before it flushes down or not. And yeah, this one was a no trade for me after this. I was just super on tilt on TENX, and that was pretty nasty. So I'm right now, at this point, I'm down almost $1,000 exactly. It was like 960 or something like that. And I was like, crap, man. And there's not a lot of good stuff. So this is not looking good for me today. It might be a max loss day for what could have been a really good green day if I just got the first trade on TENX that I said I wanted to go for. So that hesitation today cost me a lot. That just that few seconds of hesitation, 1, 2, 3 seconds where I was not entering, and then I chased. And after that, it was just like the most embarrassing 5-10 minutes of trading in a while. Luckily, at this point, I noticed AGFY breaking this trend line, and I start pivoting, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to start buying pullbacks and try to get aggressive here. So let me just fast forward a little bit. There was that first pullback, really nice. I didn't want to chase near the high because, remember, I'm almost perfectly at max loss. So I don't want, if I make one mistake, I'm done for the day. So I'm like, okay, I need to be a bit patient here and wait for a good setup. And good thing I didn't chase here, because it did have some difficulties and flush right back down. And I do like this overall support around 0.85. So that's what I was looking for. And look at this. I actually get quite lucky here. There was a quick flush down. This is exactly what I was looking for. Look at that, good 5-minute setup. Really, really nice. Low sell volume, everything right here, low sell volume. Everything's looking good. And boom, I start placing limit orders. Unfortunately, I should have probably went with much bigger size here, but after being at max loss, I was a little bit sketched out. But I kind of nailed this trade a bit. I just close out most of my size way too early. But I mean, I entered roughly at 0.85, and pops up much higher. So that was a really nice first trade. Again, I could have done bigger size and I could have let it hold longer, but now I have a little bit of breathing room. I'm up, I basically made back 20% off the max loss. So I'm roughly at minus 800 on the day, as opposed to being almost minus 1,000. So I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of breathing room. This was a perfect trade, and I think if I was green on the day, I probably would have held this a bit longer. I mean, that was like a 12% pop. And it's a very wicky ticker, so I'm not trying to buy extended. I'm just placing low limit orders, and I think I even get filled here. Yeah, get filled, pops up again. And yeah, it's kind of what I keep doing. Let me go back so you guys can see the entry. I usually don't trade this conservatively, but again, near max loss, and it's a wiki ticker, so I'm not trying to buy high and look for continuation, even though that would have worked with AGFY as well, because right now we're on that new front side and it's looking really good. So I'm just sizing in $10,000, looking for those. I'm getting really scalpy on AGFY right now, just trading these quick pops, constantly looking at PLTR, which is having a perfect 5-minute consolidation. I was thinking about trading this one as well, but AGFY was doing better for me. And you could have seen, if I just held any of these moves, I would have done really well. But at least I'm trading it with good size, and that's helping me crawl back. So here I'm only down 600 on the day right now. I am a little cautious here because I am always waiting for those bigger pullbacks, which actually do end up happening. You can see again on AGFY, quick wicks down. So I knew this ticker was a little bit sketchy. Let me just go back down a little bit further. I knew I didn't want to buy too high on this ticker because it has these quick wicks. So this is exactly what I was waiting for. And I probably should have even gone heavier size here, like, 15 or 20,000 shares, which was kind of my goal. But look at that, quick pop back higher. I really like what I'm seeing. Here, I do a good job by not quickly getting out right away, full size. And I just kind of let it ride up a little bit longer. So I have a nice profit again on there. And I look for the same trade. So I think I just missed that one by a hair. And then I do a few more trades on it, but it's not so interesting because at this point, the good trades are behind us. This was that last big flush you saw. And then here's a pop higher and pop lower. And then I did one more trade here, small size. And I just felt like, oh man, this move kind of feels like it's over. And I actually got lucky here because I was about to buy this breakout, but I clicked on one of these extended 4 digits and it didn't let me enter. There was an error message, and I think that actually saved me a bit. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, I'm only down $200. I was down near max loss. There's not a lot of good opportunities. You guys see it here where, you know, every top gainer is just pulling back. They're all on backside, 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 backside. Even PLTR is on backside below the 9 EMA, and then NUWE, just a total disaster. So nothing's really looking that good. There's no point for me to keep trading at this point. There's just probably more things I could do wrong. So that's why I ended up calling it where I did. I'm pretty happy I got some good trades on AGFY. I could have done a lot better. But man, it's crazy, huh? How sometimes with trading, it's just a few cents or a few moments or a few hesitations or non-hesitations that can change your whole day. That's why you have to be calm and collected. You have to get your sleep in. I think I am a little bit tired today. You have to keep your emotions at bay. Because I missed TENX, I got on tilt and I started doing really dumb trades. If I just got that TENX move, I probably would have been in a total different mindset. And I don't know why it got me so much today. Sometimes I miss a move and I just tell myself, hey, totally fine. Let's be patient. Let's wait for that next setup. Because if that's what I did today, I would have been more or less at break even or maybe even green on TENX because I was green on it. And I would have waited for AGFY, and today could have maybe been a $6 or even $1,000 green day because I would have been more aggressive with AGFY. A big lesson today is if you do miss that move, it's okay. Just be patient and don't get on tilt. Sometimes it happens. I understand, we're all humans, but really the power of just taking a step back and understanding, okay, wait, hold on, I missed that move. Me right now, I'm chasing, and this is actually a ticker I didn't really want to trade anyway because it's extended and it has offering, so I got to be really careful here. That's what I did wrong today, and that's why I'm red today, so I definitely deserve it. But I'm pretty happy and I'm thankful for the fact that I was able to crawl back to almost break even. That makes me pretty happy. I'll tell you what, it definitely would have been frustrating to start Wednesday being a bit in the hole. But right now I don't really feel like I'm in a hole. I can make it back with even a base hit size. And then usually only 1 or 2 days a week is really what makes your week. Like last week, Thursday made my whole week. Yeah, Wednesday was actually quite okay too. But Monday and Tuesday were just all about staying alive, right? It was really 1 or 2 days that week that made me most of my money. That's what it is. Survive until you thrive. Don't make too many mistakes. And then when you see that good setup, that's when you want to get aggressive. And that's when you want to use big size. Not like what I did today. Oh yeah. So I'm happy I can just share those lessons with you. Let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is from today's recap. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and dropping that like. And I'll see you next time.